Hey everyone, it's Shaan Patel. Today we're back with Chapter 2 of The Time Machine. If we recall from the last chapter, the time traveler introduced his time machine to his friends. He set the time machine to go into the future, and the time machine disappeared. Chapter 2, The Late Arrival. Well, I'll be darned, said Philby. Could it be under the table, asked Manning, bending to check. This made the time traveler laugh. Come on now, said Dr. Perry. Do you really believe that your contraption has traveled into time? Of course I do, said the time traveler. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting your time. Manning was trying hard to show he was not at all upset by the strange disappearance. Coolly, he tried to light a cigar. The trouble was, he'd forgotten to cut off the tip, and was having a difficulty igniting the uncut end. Do you mean that your machine has gotten into the future? He asked between hard, smokeless puffs. Either the future or the past. I'm not sure which, said the time traveler. You see, it does not move through space, only through time. Since it passed through large portions of time in only a second, its appearance thinned out and it became invisible. It all seems very believably right now, said the doctor. But I wonder what we'll think about all this tomorrow, when our common sense returns. Would you like to see the actual time machine itself, asked the time traveler? Everyone present thought their host must be joking. What are you saying, cried Manning. You can't be serious, added Perry. What a sense of humor, said Philby. Just follow me, said the time traveler, and with a lamp in his hand, he led the way down the long, drafty corridor to his lab. The men followed, puzzled, and not ready to believe, until their host flung open the lab door. There, before their eyes, stood a full-sized version of the little mechanism that had vanished in the dining room. Parts of the time machine were of a nickel, parts were of ivory, and parts had been sawed out of rock crystal. The thing seemed to be complete, except for the twisted crystalline bars which lay unfinished on the workbench alongside some drawings. Philby picked up one bar for a better look. Quartz, isn't it? He asked. The time traveler smiled and nodded. Listen now, said Philby to the time traveler. Are you really serious, or is this another trick like the so-called ghost you made appear last Halloween? The time traveler held the lamp high and pointed dramatically. In that machine, intent to explore time, he said. Is that clear? I was never more serious about anything in my whole life. During the following week, Philby ran into the doctor at the club. What do you think of what we saw last Thursday? Philby asked. Well, you know our scientist friend. He's always been a bit of a joker. Clever, yes, but it's hard to take him seriously. But how about he made that model disappear? It was a good trick, all right, said Dr. Perry with a laugh. Reminds me of the one I saw performed in a magic show. Can't explain either of them. Are you going to dinner with our time traveler again this Thursday? Asked Philby. I plan to. See you there. Philby arrived late for the time traveler's dinner party that following Thursday, and found 4 men already gathered in the drawing room. He recognized Clark, an editor, and Bryce, a writer, in addition to Perry and Manning. But their host was nowhere to be seen. Perry was standing by the fire with a piece of paper in one hand and his watch in the other. It's 7:30, he said. I guess we better go to dinner. Without our host? Asked Philby. Perry held up a piece of paper and explained. He left this note for whoever arrived first, he said. He might be detained, and to start off with, without him at 7 if he wasn't here. Says he'll explain when he comes. Certainly seems a shame, said Editor Clark, who looked as if he didn't skip too many meals. The doctor rang the dinner bell, and the men seated themselves around the large oval table. Wonder why he's late, said Clark. It could be tripping through time, Philby said jokingly. What do you mean? Asked Bryce, the writer. Well, you see, began Manning. Last week he showed us an ingenious trick with a little model of what he called a time machine. And the door from the corridor opened slowly and noisily. Philby was facing that way and was the first to notice his movement. At last, he cried. Then the door opened wider, and Philby saw him. My God, he shouted. Dr. Perry, who was next to see him, started to wonder. Good heavens, man, gasped Philby. What has happened to you? And that's where we leave off for today. Hello, everyone. I want you to think what is going to happen in the next chapter. We see that the scientist, the time traveler, returns. What do you think has happened to him? We'll catch you here next time for chapter 3. See you all later. Bye. Like, comment, and subscribe.